What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sensei Chat. We are going to talk about a few big topics today. One is I want to talk with you about Lumia. Lumia is launching tomorrow with their... Hold on. Where is it? What? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. I got it. I killed it. Okay. This is what happens when you have 1,500 windows open on my computer. All right. I'm trying to make videos. I'm trying to make content. I'm trying to research. It's all there. Anyways, we're going to get into Lumia, what Lumia is, why you should maybe be paying attention to it. I also have some updates about Bitcoin, the crypto market in general. Should be a good conversation. It's good to see everybody. I wanted to kind of mix it up and do some StreamYard stuff. So we are live streaming here on Twitter and on YouTube. If you could share the stream, I would really appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get into this because I want to share some stuff with you. So entire screen. All right, so let's put this on up here. All right, you should be able to see everything I'm looking at really quickly. Let's take a look at the current crypto market and where we are at, and then we will break some of this down for you. So as you can see, Bitcoin and Ethereum have both rallied over the past 7 days, up 12% and 10% respectively. Bitcoin is now at 64,432, and things are looking a little bit sexier in the crypto market. Solana is at $156. Man, Solana is probably still one of the safest plays I would recommend. Obviously, Ethereum, I think Ethereum can go to like 10,000. Bitcoin obviously will get to 100,000. Some specialists, people say 150,000. I've seen some people say even higher, but respectively, I would say 100 to 150,000 for Bitcoin. Solana, I think, could definitely get to $600 or $700. The speculative price for XRP, hopefully, once we get through all of the node sale. Hold on, let me just check something. Lady Trader is here. Let me add her to the stage. Hey, lady.
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. I'm just going through kind of the talking about some of the cryptocurrencies that are currently, where things are with the top 100. So let me blast through this, and then I'll get some feedback from you on what you're seeing. Is that cool? Beautiful. All right, so the only thing that's down here, look at this, XRP is up 43%. You're talking about billions in market cap have gone into XRP. This actually started pumping since, was it since the assassination attempt? And we'll talk a little bit about that today. But this really started going once that happened, which is really strange. I don't know if it was just the market was reacting positively because Trump survived and he's been talking about crypto and how he's bullish on crypto, and maybe I have no idea what's going on there, but it's good to see that that's pumping. Cardano's had a great week, up 15%. Shiba Inu is even pumping. AVAX is up 7%. It does feel like things are coming back. Near's up 33%, and the reason Near is up 33% is because of Grayscale. Let me see, like Grayscale new AI fund. I have a clip on this inside of the chat somewhere, but let me just show you why things are pumping so hard right now on some of these AI cryptos. So it looks like Grayscale created a decentralized AI fund, which includes Near Protocol, Render, BitTensor Tau, Filecoin, and LivePeer. I'm sure they're going to add more tokens to this, but these are the 5 currently that are going to, obviously, these are the 5 that are reacting really positively. So up 32%, which is pretty insane. Pepe is up 30%. ICP is up 43%. Man, things have really been pumping. Fetch is up 24%. ASI Super Token. Stellar is up 25%. It feels good, right? When you're looking around the crypto market and you're seeing some big gains starting to happen again, this feels good. I think this really is kind of the area where, we could go up and then go back down before we really start to pump towards the end of the year. Lady, what do you think is going on with the current market? Do you think it's related to, the Trump situation, or do you think it's related to something else? I'd love to hear your opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously, fundamentals kind of line up whenever we are following historical data, right? Like they always kind of catch up with that for some reason. But yeah, absolutely. I think Trump is like one of those pro crypto candidates, right? The most pro crypto candidate that we have today. So of course, him being there, and he was obviously his assassination attempt was failed, and then after that we started to see some big moves in Trump coins. All of the political
Yeah.
meta, the red political meta coins were all going up, and now we are seeing what we were expecting anyway from the historical data perspective, right? That the markets are going to get into that green territory, and we are seeing this. And this is so phenomenal to see that we are seeing big moves in the altcoin markets, which means that there are so many opportunities still out there that haven't made the move yet, that we can still kind of DCA into, and then kind of ride this green wave.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to some of these. I know we've gotten into a lot of these VC rounds, and I'm really excited for these to start launching soon. Maybe with the market, picking up, that maybe some of these projects will feel more inclined to get their project out there and really start going. Look at this, man, Popcat, $124 million market cap at 77 cents. That's insane. All right. I thought what I wanted to do is, I have two clips here. One is the newfound Larry Fink, right? The new pro crypto, pro Bitcoin. He's done a 180 on his stance for a few years ago. I just wanted to play these two different narratives, right? This is Peter Zion years ago talking about Bitcoin, that it was going to zero. And Peter Zion is actually somebody that I respect. I listened to a lot of his opinions on world matters and different things. And when he said this back in the day, it kind of caught me by surprise. But I want to play this, and I want to play the Larry Fink clip. 1 second.
I can't hear it, and I think audience cannot either.
You can't hear the clip?
No, I could not.
Oh, okay. That's very strange because I don't have my headphones on. I don't know why StreamYard. Okay, well then I guess I won't be playing clips. That's so weird. Usually when I unplug my headphones, clips will play. My bad. I apologize about that. All right. I guess we're not going to play clips. I don't understand what StreamYard doesn't like to play clips, but all right, never mind. Don't worry about it. Larry Fink goes on to say here in this clip that he's for digital gold, he's for Bitcoin, he's for crypto. I do apologize. I don't know why the clip isn't playing, but anyways, Ilios Trades says crazy that so many people are totally offsides again. Many missed the entire run from 16 to 45, and they only got bullish again near the highs. Now they've sold, and the stone bottom, and feel sketchy buying at these prices, back in the vicious cycle of emotion. Just buy and walk away. I think this kind of speaks to where we are right now, right? If you believe in this longer cycle of crypto, you should definitely buy and hold and wait for the cycle to go through. I think people get really emotional. I know I do sometimes, where I buy when things are kind of going up, and then I get a little panic when things start going down. And just being able to buy something and let it go through the ups and downs, and really where we are going to be 6 to 12 months from now, is going to be pretty insane in the growth. We're trying to get through, and I think we are getting through a lot of what's happening, where Germany's selling Bitcoin. The Mt. Gox distribution is in progress. FTX is reimbursing $16 billion to crypto natives, which is a lot of money coming back into the market. We need liquidity. That's been really the sticking stone, but it's been really the hard part of the crypto market recently, is not being able to have new liquidity coming into the market. So this is a lot of funds that could come back, and I think will come back. Pro crypto president, 70% likely. So this is, of course, Trump. VP is a millennial crypto pro. This is JD Vance, and we're going to talk about him in just a second. Global liquidity cycle just warming up. Inflation cooling rapidly. September rate cut projected as guaranteed. So it looks like September could be the very first month that they're going to start lowering rates. You have, Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum ETFs, Solana ETFs coming. A lot of really good things happening in the market currently. So if you were living under a rock in the last few weeks, or in the last few days, there was an assassination attempt on Trump's life, and also Trump decided that JD Vance was going to be his choice for vice president. And this was a very interesting choice. I don't quite get or understand some of the things that Trump does. JD Vance kind of built his career going after Trump and saying a lot of negative things about him. And so I guess this gentleman has done a 180, and he's it kind of fits what Trump is looking for. Maybe a younger, white, I don't know, maybe it's white beard. I don't know if this kind of speaks to his base and kind of people, but this is who he decided to pick. And yeah, I don't understand it, but there's clips all across CNN, MSNBC, and Twitter about kind of the stuff that JD Vance has said as recently as 2021 about Trump and the MAGA movement. I'm not going to get into that and play all that stuff, but I hope this works out for them. JD Vance owns Bitcoin. He owns a few other crypto assets, and it does seem like he is bullish on crypto. So, this, regardless of what happens here, this is good for crypto in general. It puts more pressure on the other side to come around and, hopefully, pass some crypto regulation before November. Do you have any specific thoughts about this type of stuff, Lady Trader? Are you following politics in the US? Do you care?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I definitely follow that because it does play out into the macro narratives, right? Definitely it's something to keep an eye on no matter where you are in the world. And I think, what they say about keeping your enemies closer, I think that's what Trump has done. But then also, one thing that like the media really called him like the Bitcoiner, right? Vance is like the Bitcoiner is what they call him. So he's definitely very, very pro crypto. And I think he's a great choice because he's going to speak to the crypto crowd, of course, and then just kind of he's like the person that was criticizing Trump. So now they're teaming up together. So that kind of eliminates some of the threats there. But I think he's a good pick. So we'll see what happens, especially we need, like from the crypto perspective, we need as many pro crypto candidates that we can get, right? Because that's what we want. The US market is huge when it comes to crypto. So that's going to play an important role here.
Yeah, I really hope John Deaton beats Elizabeth Warren in their race for Senate. I think if we can get rid of some of these really big naysayers in the crypto industry in the U.S. and bring in some people that are pro crypto and friendly to crypto, maybe we'll actually get some good legislation passed and get to a point where we're not leading from behind, right? I think if you watch Brad Garlinghouse's interview with Fortune. That just happened, I think yesterday or the day before, he talks about the U.S. being so far behind places like the European Union, Japan, even places like Australia, Canada, South America, the Middle East. A lot of places are farther ahead with crypto adoption and rules. And so it's just interesting. So this was a clip I wanted to play, but there's no sound. Trump's VP selection. Bullish on utility tokens like XRP. He never said Evernote, but definitely might help XRP in the future. All right, so I wanted to bring this up. There was some people that were the Lumia team reached out to me, and they know that I've made a lot of money in crypto off of nodes. And they are currently they're doing a node sale. And I wanted to talk with you a little bit about what Lumia is, what they're trying to solve, who their partners are, when this node sale is going to happen. I wanted to give you at least the details and see if this is something that you would be interested in. So let me just go through this really quickly. And Lady Trader, if you have any comments or if you know about this, please feel free to add them when you can. So this says reinventing DeFi for real world assets, the first ever connect, restake, roll up L2 for real world assets. And if you kind of come down here, it talks about Lumia is the world's first next generation modular L2 designed to provide deep liquidity, unmatched capital efficiency, and essential infrastructure for the future of DeFi and specifically real world assets using decentralized physical infrastructure networks, also known as DePIN. So you really have a few different buzzwords here, right? You have L2, you have real world assets, and you have DePIN. So it says Lumia bridges the gap between physical assets and digital finance, making tokenized assets easily accessible on the blockchain, pioneering the next evolution of finance. And then it says Lumia's core strengths. There's a few different things here I'm going to highlight. Lumia specializes in the seamless integration, liquidity provisioning, and infrastructure, enabling businesses to efficiently bring their tokenized assets such as real estate, commodities, and financial instruments into DeFi. So one of the biggest things has been able to, bridge Web 2 to Web 3 liquidity, tokenizing value, assets, and bringing them on chain. And it looks like Lumia is trying to solve that. When you're talking about real estate is a $350 trillion global market. And I do think by the time we get to, 2030, 2035, a lot of value will get tokenized and be brought on to ledgers. And I know they're working very hard. Different companies around the crypto space are working on tokenizing real estate and value and bringing it on. So talks about Lumia Stream, which is another avenue that Lumia is built out here. Aggregates liquidity from the entire market, centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges. And the most popular change to create a decentralized solution that makes liquidity available across chain via atomic swaps and hash time lock contracts, ensuring seamless trading of assets. There's a few other things here. It does talk about the technology here. Lumia's Innovative Data Availability Committee, DAC nodes will power of the ZK EVM technology, future proofs of the network, and captures economic value for Lumia token holders and network participants, accelerating the transition from stage 0 to stage 2 rollup. And it talks about seamlessly onboarding of Web 2 using account abstractions and intents. Talks about KYC. Anytime you're doing real world assets tokenization, banks and institutions are participating, you need to have KYC and privacy built into both sides. And so it looks like they have that through Polygon. And actually, if you scroll down here, let me just try to see if I can, hold on. There we go. I was waiting. There we go. So here's the roadmap. If you want to, you can pause it and take a look at this, incentivized testnet, mainnet with Eigen DA, with decentralized verifier. There's a few other things that they're working on here, but here are the core contributors, people from Orion. And so let me just pull up Orion really quickly for you, because a lot of people don't know who Orion are. So they're going to do a one-to-one swap here of Orion to Lumia. This is currently $53 million market cap. And, it's supposed to be Lumia is going to take over this price, is kind of what I was told when I was getting ready for this. You can also see, these people have experience from Porbis, from Binance, BNB Chain, TikTok, a few other places, and the partners. The partners are pretty insane. All right. And I think they have some of these partners on here because they're on some of these exchanges. Let me just show you this really quickly. If you click on markets, they're already on Binance, Coinbase, Gate.io, KuCoin, Mexi. And so when they have, they have Polygon, Base, Linea, Sia, Metis, OKX, Near, Zero Stage, DWF Labs, Avalanche, 1inch, BNB Chain, Arbitrum, QuickSwap, Alibaba Cloud, Aurora, Prom, Binance, Mantra, and KuCoin. They have some pretty insane partners. Okay. And so I wanted to show you the actual, here is the white paper. And so this is kind of what the nodes will have multi-purposes. So you can purchase a hypernode activated. And so there's a few things that you can do. You can run the node and get daily Lumia node rewards and then daily power rewards from running the node. You can put liquidity on the node and get even more rewards. You can delegate rewards and delegation rewards and yield to increase rewards. And then, of course, lock and delegate. And then you can do node liquidity or run a DNLP node. So there's 3 different things that you can do with this node. All right. It does talk a little bit about unlock ecosystem rewards, delegation to DAC nodes, delegation to liquidity nodes, node owned liquidity, run a DNLP node, and then run a DAC node. I have posted all of this stuff inside of Cryptonaires a few days ago. So I hope you were taking a look at this, but here is the distribution chart for the nodes. Looks like Hypernode's 40%. Power rewards and delegation is going to get 10% of the rewards daily. And then rewards and incentives is 50%. So this is Lumia token holders. So I don't know if this is staking or staking on certain nodes, but this is the distribution of all new token creation for the Lumia ecosystem. So currently, they're going to have a halvening every single 360 days. Every single day, there will be 102,000 tokens that will be distributed to the ecosystem. And these tokens will be broken up depending on how many nodes are sold or where value is, and it's supposed to have the rewards for nodes that are halved every 360 days, continued for a lifespan of 20 years. Now, whenever I see something like this, I always ask, will this project be around in 20 years? And I don't think anybody can really know or answer that question. I think what we're trying to do when we invest in certain crypto projects is understand what technology that they're trying to solve, who are their backers, who are their partners, and how quickly can you ROI. And so this is something that I would be looking at to maybe buy a few nodes to just kind of test this out. But you can see that as the years go by, you would get less and less. This is kind of with every kind of node project you get into. It's very similar to this. You're trying to basically make all of your money back this bull market, right? That would be the ideal situation in getting into any node project, is how quickly can you make the money back? Because a lot of crypto projects don't make it through the bear market. Hacks happen, teams disperse, any number of things can happen to a project. So you just want to be very, very careful. It does talk about regular rewards year one and power rewards year one, 85 a day and 17 a day. I don't really know how they come up with this number because they're not going to have an idea of how many nodes are going to be sold right off the bat. I guess this is maybe just an example of what it could be. So I wouldn't take this as, this is what you're going to get, because there is a maximum supply of 50,000 nodes. These nodes are starting a little bit higher at $1,000 a piece. I've actually seen some KOLs or influencers that are marking this price up, actually, which I thought was pretty crazy. Instead of $1,000 for a starting price, they're charging their communities like $1,400 or $1,500. If you use my link, you will. There's no additional fee. It's what phase you're in is what you get. You do need a link to buy these nodes if you're interested. So let me just show you this. When phase one is going to be $1,000 with 0 price increases. Phase two, they're going to go up $5 for every 100 nodes sold. And then phase 3, 4, 5 respectively. At the very end, if they are able to sell all of their nodes, these nodes will have a ending price of $64,745. Now, when we do talk about this, the Gala originally started their nodes at like a few $100s, and now they're $100,000. But they've reached a point where they're not, a good investment for people coming in with $100,000 to buy it. I don't know if Lumia will run into the same problem where maybe they come out and they sell 5,000 or 10,000 nodes and they just get to a point where they're a little too expensive and people don't know if they can ROI. Especially going into, we might have maybe another 12 months, maybe 14 months left of a bull market, and then it's going to all kind of come crashing down depending on who you're talking to. So, just make sure if you do want to purchase and get in on this, you want to get in when they launch. You want to get the cheapest price possible. That is the quickest way to ROI. I would not sit around and wait for these things to get more expensive. Zai Games was a good example, right? They had they sold like 30,000 nodes within the first like 24 or 48 hours, and then they got to a place where they were just, I think they were like $6,000 or $7,000. And people didn't want to invest in them because they didn't know if they were going to ROI. I think the same thing could happen here, so just pay attention. You can get, you can refer people in to get more power, and I think this is more rewards for the nodes. You can get delegations and get more rewards. There's all kinds of different ways that you can get more rewards for your nodes. But this is kind of the gist. There also is a claim feature. So if you got into a Zygames, you will know that if you try to claim within a certain amount of time, you only get a certain amount of tokens. So let me go over this really quickly with you. So for the first 60 days, if you have, let's say, 100 tokens. Now, I'm just using this random example of 100 because it's easier to do math with 100 than something else. So if I have 100 tokens within the first 60 days and I want to claim those tokens, I will only get 45 tokens out of the 100. If it's between 60 and 90 days, I can claim 66%, which means I will get 66 out of 100. I would need to wait a full 90 days before I can claim 1 for 1. And the reason that crypto projects do this is because they do not want selling right off the bat. They want to be able to launch the project or merge with Orion, and then they want to be able to have a steady chart moving on the way up. And if they have just a ton of node holders coming in and dumping rewards to ROI, that is going to tank the price. So I do like how they have this kind of set up. This will give some breathing room in between when they launch this into when people might be claiming and selling rewards. I do recommend that you claim all rewards in this bull market and sell them in this bull market. Once we get into the bear market, yes, you will still be making rewards, but I do think the token price will take a huge hit like the rest of the market. Any questions about Lumia? Let me just take a look here at what you guys are talking about. Have you heard of Lumia, Lady Trader?
Yes, absolutely. I actually have an active position in it as well. It's part of my portfolio, and it's definitely it is one of my favorite coins. And I actually did send out an alert or actually a tweet a few days ago that I was going to go over my small cap picks for this bull market. I haven't had a chance to list it out yet, but this is most definitely one of them. I have done some content on Orion as well in the past. Really great project, and I'm excited for whatever they are building. Obviously, there is like whenever we see intersections of like combining RWA with Deepin or RWA with AI or Deepin with AI and all of that. I mean, it definitely creates a good opportunity. But then small cap coins listed on Binance, those are big opportunities, because what happens is that a lot of people who are starting out in crypto, they don't really understand MetaMask wallet, right? They don't know how the DeFi works. So what they are going to go for is the cheapest possible price that's available on a centralized exchange. They are going to create Binance accounts. They are going to create KuCoin accounts. They are not going to go use Uniswap. I mean, that's annoying for a first-time user. So and intimidating, right? So they're going to go for the easiest route possible, the cheapest cryptocurrency. So when they see a new person coming into crypto, they don't really have a sense of market cap and all of that. They are just trying to diversify. And ORN, or which is going to be Lumia, is going to be one of those opportunities that's already listed on Binance, super cheap right now. I mean, if you look at the chart, it was actually well over $25, during the last bull market. So it can actually go there again. It is listed on CMC. It's, I believe, it's ORN. So if you check ORN.
I had it right. I had the right Orion, right? It's this one, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And it's like 530 right now, right? It's at number 530, ranked 530 at on CMC, which means that it has a potential to get into that top 200. That's what we want to do. And they have a phenomenal team. They are doing a ton of marketing right now with a lot of KOLs, and I've done some marketing for them as well. And I think they are a great pick for this bull market, and they are definitely part of my portfolio, and I'm holding it long term.
Damn. So in the previous market, they had a high of $27. That's pretty juicy.
Yeah, and check the market cap. I mean, it's not like it's pretty comparable. Even if you look at the market cap, the potential is huge. Like the all-time high market caps were, it was around 600 million. And right now we are sitting at what? We have a pretty low market cap right now.
53.6 million.
Exactly. So like you're talking about easy 10x from here or more, right? Even to get to that all-time highs. I mean, possible. And look at their token supply. Max supply is tiny, 100 mil. Obviously, we're going to have to see how when they go to Lumia, what is going to be the total token supply and all of that. But I mean, Binance listed coin, it's a no-brainer. Small cap, Binance
Yeah.
listed, go for it.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have to adjust the token supply, because I'd imagine, like, if you're giving away, like if you go back to the white paper here, if you're giving out 102,000 tokens a day, I mean you're talking about, over 3 million tokens a month that is going to be put out into the ecosystem. So, over a year's time, that's 40 something million tokens. That's over half the current supply of what Orion is. So there is going to be some type of adjustment, I would think, on the token supply, and that could affect the price. But this does look like something that could be definitely an opportunity. Definitely.
Yes, absolutely. And they have a phenomenal team. I mean, they are doing great. They are doing all the right things, especially right now with Deepen and RWA. Those are going to be big narratives this bull market.
All right, I put in the what you're going to need, the referral code to actually buy a node. You can use that code to buy as many as you want. Obviously, that does support me and the channel. Do what you want. There are other codes out there. I would really appreciate it if you use mine. But I think this one could be something pretty juicy. So do that research. What I'll do is I will link I'll link the white paper and some other stuff for you guys here too. So if you want to take a look at that, if you didn't take a look at in the Cryptonaires Discord, there it is. So great. Let's see here. Orion Protocol merges with Lucia Cortez. I don't know who Lucia Cortez is, OMC. I do apologize. The financial reset is either this winter or first quarter of 2025. Bank freezes, ATM freezes, 50% drop in dollar value. And it says final switch into digital currency based off ISO 20022. Could be. I don't know if the dollar is going to drop 50% randomly. Like that would take a lot of really bad things happening at one time. But hey, I could be wrong. It could be a total global reset. And hey, maybe it's what we need. All right. Part of my job as somebody who researches and is on my computer all day is I notice some trends. And what I'm noticing right now is that let me show you this real quick. So Notcoin blew up on Ton blockchain. Okay, this thing is at a $1.6 billion market cap, and this thing just flew up. Okay, and what I'm trying to pay attention to right now is what is the next Notcoin. Okay, and beta phase begins. What I've been noticing is that there's a new thing called TapCat. All right, and it is everywhere. Everybody, I follow a lot of these people on Twitter because they post a lot of great threads. I get a lot of good information from it, stuff I can talk to you about. It is literally everywhere, and I am wondering if this might be the next Notcoin. Okay, I don't know for certain. I am noticing that there's a lot of following here. This person has 43,000 followers. This person has 62,000. So I mean, like this 14,000. There's millions and millions of people that are following these accounts that keep talking about TapCat. So I just want to put this in front of you. I don't know if you're using the app, if you are trying to build up. I know that I have been posting fearlessly in the Cryptonaires Discord about TapCat, just because if it is the next Notcoin, I want to own as many of the tokens as I can. Currently, you can do a few different strategies. Actually, let me pull this up real quick. So let me go in Cryptonaires. Let me pull up Alpha Sensei. Let me see here. So here I posted about the Lumia node sale here. This was a few days ago, 7/14 I posted. Let me see. It's under Sensei meme coins. Let me see here. Okay, here it is. TapCat. Okay. So let me just share this with you. So you need to, if you're interested in this, after I go through all this information, if you're interested, you just need to use that link, go into your Telegram, and start playing. Okay, like right now there's a mind game where you have 9 squares and you pick the squares, and you get 10 tokens every time you pick a good square and you don't pick the mine. They are going to put new games into it, but let me just go over a few different things here. So Tapcat is Telegram's app supported in secret tier 1 fund. You can farm points, which can later be converted into tokens. The project is currently in early stages, making it the best time to join. And there's also plans in the future to listing on tier 1 exchanges. On the main page, you will have the opportunity to play a game and earn first tokens. New games will be added later. Don't forget to come here daily to collect tokens. So every day there's different tasks that you can do. Some of the tasks are, you click on it and it pulls up one of these like tweet threads. It says that you need to like, tweet, and comment. All you have to do is hit like. You don't have to do the tweet or the comment or anything else. Just if you want to get those easy free points, you pull up the tweet thread, you hit like, and you move on. Okay. And then you can actually close it or unlike it. But that's how you can get the easy free points. There's other strategies where you can, launch the app. You can click start farming. This only works if you actually have the Tapcat app open. So, what I've actually done is I've left my Tapcat app open when I sleep, and it farms. You get 0.1 tokens every second, it looks like. So within a minute, you can actually earn 6 tokens, and this can add up. Strategy 2, there 3 times a day you can play the mini game. They're actually going to be coming out with more mini games for this. And, I just think there's a lot of eyes on this. Strategy 3 is go do the tasks, which I just mentioned. And then strategy 4 is to invite friends, and you will receive 15% of their tokens. Now, I have no idea if this is going to be the next Notcoin, but the amount of people talking about it is something that interests me. And so I just wanted to put that on your radar. Lady Trader, are you following these kind of these ton apps? I know there's so much going on in crypto, and I've just like shifted my narrative now to be focusing a lot on Telegram's blockchain. Are you at all interested in Telegram's blockchain? Are you invested in a ton? I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Absolutely. Who wouldn't have a position in Ton, right? That's definitely a must. Definitely have a position in Ton. Do not have a position in Not, by the way, but I do have a position in Ton. I think definitely Telegram is going to get bigger and bigger as we move more into crypto. However, I mean, Tapcat is definitely a good one too. It's creating a lot of hype right now. I am not personally playing it or farming it right now. It might change. Maybe I'll, my daughter, she's also into crypto a little bit, so maybe I'll introduce her to that. But it is, it's a great way to kind of, earn some extra, income also on the side, because especially some of these farmers, I mean, they turn this into actually their full-time income, which is kind of crazy, especially during the bull market. I would say though, I mean, these are all great narratives, but then what's the next thing, right? Also, like what you were saying, Sensei, like Discord. Let's find a Discord blockchain, right? That's going to be the next one, because these narratives are going to shift. Twitter has, an L2 already as well, Inspect, which is pretty neat. But Tapcat definitely a good one. But I'm also already looking into what's next. Twitter. L2s, that's going to be the next narrative. Discord, we already have Collab Land, which already has a coin. It's kind of silly because they are only listed on Optimism and not on any of the major exchanges yet. And so some opportunities for sure that we need to be, exploring.
Lady, are you sharing, all of that information in your Telegram channel? Do you want to talk with everybody and just kind of briefly tell them about, alpha seeds? Alpha seedlings, right?
Yes, Alpha Seedlings. And I can leave and a link here as well. So Alpha Seedlings is my alpha group. It is not something that I publicly talk about a lot because I want to be very, very selective on who I invite. But I'm fine with sharing it here for the community. You're welcome to join Alpha Seedlings. We do share a lot of alpha in that community, and definitely those looking for narratives or small cap market coins. Really, I try and send out the buy alerts there quite often, or things that I'm looking at. So definitely feel free to join. And there's so much coming up, really. I mean, Collabland definitely is a good one. I mean, it's everywhere. Most Discord channels are using Collabland already. So that creates a pretty awesome opportunity, a really small cap opportunity right now. It's at a tiny market cap of actually under $1 million. Dollar, which is awesome. And so lots of opportunities brewing in that area. We just need to look at what is crypto folks using, right? What are we using every day? We are using Twitter. That's great. We are using Discord. That's great. And we are using Telegram. There is already a big buzz around Telegram with Ton. Let's find opportunities for Discord. Let's find opportunities for Twitter. And then obviously for Twitter, I do have Inspect as one of my top picks as well. It has an awesome team as well. It is Twitter L2 is what they call it. It's amazing. It's a great project to look into as well.
Is it what I have on the screen right here? Yeah. Inspect.
That's the one.
XYZ.
Yep.
Ooh, always get juicy stuff from you. I love it. All right, let's take a look at this real quick. The layer 2 built for X. Okay, all right. Instantly turn X into Web3 platform. Elevate your crypto journey with Inspect's all-in-one extension and web app. Cryptocurrency, NFTs, market insights, streamlined actions, rated faster. Do you think NFTs are going to come back, Lady Trader?
Absolutely coming back. And with NFTs, you want to get in right now. That's really the time, because once we get into the bull market, the prices are going to go up. You want to look for utility-based NFTs, and then also maybe diversify into the ones that have a very strong community. I did send out an alpha on Liz Labs NFT, which was super cheap. It was like 0.005 Ethereum, and I was very shocked because I was actually able to find some of these NFTs during the last bull market, and it was we found a Firestarter NFT super cheap for my community. There were a few others. Cryptopia was one that we found super cheap. And so right now it is at 0.008, which I think is a steal. They have a solid utility. They have a very solid team. Eat Lizards. I am as excited about Lizcoin as I was about ApeCoin back in 2021. So it is one of definitely my top picks for this bull market. That's the upcoming coin. Their NFT is only $30 right now, if you look at it. I mean, that's a steal. Definitely have a potential to do 10x from here and more than that, actually. I would love to see this going to 1 Ethereum. If you do look at Eat Lizard's Genesis collection, which only has 100 items, it's currently listed at 7.5 Ethereum, which is crazy. And it has, for 25K basically. So I think as we get more into bull run, launch pads are going to make a comeback, and Eat Lizards, Liz Labs is actually going to have a launch pad. This NFT gives you allocations, which obviously as key opinion leaders, we can get allocations into most projects, any project we want really.
Yeah.
But then for general public, they have to have at least an NFT or something to be able to buy those opportunities alongside the KOLs, and they create awesome opportunities. So definitely one of my top picks that I sent out an alpha on the other day. I think it's still a great price. If it goes back down to 0.005, I'm going to buy more. I have bought a lot of NFTs. And so I'm going to continue to add to my position. I think it's a steal at this price.
Look at this, $29. I'll buy another one. I've actually bought 10 of these already, so I not quite as many as what you bought, but I have a few of them. I mean, for $29, why not buy a few of them? It's good to understand that they will have some utility. And hey, if they go to 1 Ethereum, I will send you a nice big box of chocolates. So thank you for sharing all that alpha. All right, let's get back to this. BlackRock will invest $1 billion into DeFi 1.0 in 2024. They will manage trillions, meaning their bets will pump hard. This person says, I have some insider info on potential bets, BlackRock at DeFi 1.0. So I always like to, look through these threads and see kind of what they're talking about. I always see Pendle Finance being talked about in just these threads across Twitter. I definitely think Pendle is something that could definitely grow. I mean, this could really skyrocket. Let me just, Pendle Fi here, despite it being a DeFi 2.0 project, there's not many VCs hands in FDV that's 10x times higher than market cap. The project has already made huge returns since it will probably make 10x a cycle. So this person thinks it will 10x a cycle. Talks about SNX, Rocket Pool, ENS. There's a lot of really good stuff here. Compound, of course, Pepe. What I'll do is I'll post this thread. If anybody's interested in taking a look at this or reading this, I will post it and we can take a look at it later if you would like. All right, there's a few other things I want to talk about in this chat. We were just talking about, Ton, and these are the leading kind of tokens on the Ton ecosystem right now. You have Hamster Combat, you have Dogs, Cat Citizen. I don't know what this one is, but you know, I definitely think if you're looking for some type of 1000x, if you can identify the right Ton app that is just waiting to explode, I think you can make a ton of money. Here's some top 10 trending tokens on Ton. Of course, these are a lot of meme tokens. This is, of course, not coin, which I think is really highly overvalued. I wouldn't be buying that at this point. Clown. Redo, we called this in Kryptoneers at like 1.5 million. This went over 100 million. This was a really nice win for us, you know, over the last 6 months. TCAT and TSE, these have dramatically fallen. I posted about both of these tokens in the Kryptoneers Discord when they were just pumping. I mean, look how much these tokens have fallen. I originally posted this at 350 to 400,000 in market cap. This thing went up like a rocket ship. This thing went up a lot. I mean, this is saying, oh, I think that's too much here. Hold on. This thing went up realistically like a 40x, 45x. This went up to about $21 million at its height, and now is back down to 2.5 million. Supposedly, there's a lot of there's a trading bot being built around this. Top Dog's coming back, guys. 676 million. All right. I originally called Top Dog at 1.1 million. This went up to about 5.7 million and then experienced another crash, but it is pumping. I actually just bought a little bit more down here at the bottom because I do believe I'm in the whale chat for this one. And hey, it's up 66% in the last 24 hours. I do think this one will make a comeback. There's also TCAT, which is another big cat narrative on Ton. This one had a huge jump recently, has come back down. This one went up to $32.3 million. It's currently sitting at 12 million. You can see that it went through kind of a panic session here where people were just panic selling, went back up. You know, it's been kind of teeter-tottering. Now, I do think that if they're successful in creating this trading bot and getting that out, that's going to create revenue for the ecosystem. They plan to buy Ton off the open market. Of course, anytime that somebody promises you this type of thing, you have to understand, will they deliver, right? Like if they don't deliver, what might happen with the token? If they do deliver, this could turn into a 500 million or $1 billion token down the line. So just something to keep on mind. These are two tokens that we called really early in Kryptoneers. I hope you took profits along the way. I know that I personally missed out on taking the very top of ton season. On the weekends, I go to Costco and the thing topped out when I was like shopping at Costco. By the time I got home, it had already dipped down to like 13 or 14 million. So I really missed a golden opportunity to take some massive profit in just a few days on that. All right, I did want to talk to you about Trilly. Now, we have a very fun, we call it Degen Gamble, but you have some really amazing people here, always looking for the next, community coin, community token to blow up. And so somebody, it was Crypto Miner and me both saw Trilly yesterday at about 400 to 500K market cap. I think this is still kind of going. Let me see here. Yes, it is still going. So this is currently at 1.8. This was just at 3 million just maybe a few hours ago. This has some pretty good volume, $11.5 million in volume. This could be a juicy one. I'm hoping to finally buy into a Solana meme token that goes to $1 billion. I've yet to really experience something from under $1 million to $1 billion. So I'm hoping, Trilly is one of those tokens. But I do think this is a really cute narrative. It's got a cute cat. They have this. Somebody made a meme maker where they're going to keep changing the meme on the cat. I don't know. I think this is what people are interested in investing in when it comes to community coins, is cute cats and cute dogs. And we'll see if that hits a home run. All right, switching back with actual utility, Skillful AI, our Alpha AI model hub is now live. It's this is the first part of Skillful AI's platform. New features will continue to be released, and early testers and stakers over the next few weeks before the platform release this December. So I originally called Skillful AI before it launched. I actually interviewed the team at Skillful AI maybe 6 or 8 months before this token actually launched. You know, when it originally launched, it did like a 5 to 7x. It's since come back down, but I do think once they start launching all of their technology and their platform, this could really do some insane numbers. Alex Becker has mentioned Skillful AI in several of his videos. And so I know he's got his eye on it. I was able to invest in this one a little early. I'm still holding all of my tokens. All right, so we did talk about this a little bit earlier, the Grayscale Investment Fund. These are the tokens and the distribution of what is going to be in the fund. Look at that, 30% for Filecoin, 32% for Near, Render at 24%, Live here at 8.64%, and BitTensor at 2.9%. Believe it or not, we inside of Cryptonaires, we've talked about all of these projects years ago. I wish I had held on to them from the previous 2022 cycle. I got rid of a lot of stuff, but these have just gone up dramatically, and I think they will continue to do so now that these AI funds. Lady Trader actually says or believes, and I think she's right, that we're going to have an AI, or no, excuse me, a meme fund. A decentralized meme fund. You know, I think you said by the end of this year. Do you still have that prediction, lady?
So not necessarily by the end of this year, but yeah, I mean, I would like to see it as soon
Market?
as possible. Haven't really given a timeline on that, but I'm thinking it's going to happen. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't happen this bull market. And
Got
bull market does continue until the end of, close to the end of next year. But I would love to see a meme coin fund or ETF. Definitely. I think it's coming. I know a lot of people, it's a controversial topic for a lot of people. And I had more people disagree on that than anything else. And it's like, no, are you crazy? That cannot happen. And I'm like, nope, we are most likely going to see it. And we are already seeing, I mean, this is something I talked about as well. AI, ETF, or the fund. I've talked about it before as well. So we are starting to see these categorical digital assets, where they're combining different coins into one asset. So that gives people, it actually gives a lot of funds a platform that's actually approved by SEC and everybody else. So you can actually invest money into these assets now without having to worry about the regulations and all of that. So I think the money is going to start pouring in.
I think you're right, lady. I think we will see a meme coin fund before you know it. Now, let me ask you this question, because historically, the last 3 months of the year have usually been the best for crypto. Your October, November, December. Do you think in 2025 we will still have a good October, November, December, or do you think kind of when you get to August or September the music will end and it's really time to get out?
So next year, I would say September, October is a good time to get out.
Yeah.
I think October. So last year we saw November, or not, last bull run, November was the top for Bitcoin,
Yeah.
and December was the top for altcoins. And so this year, obviously, I would say October. I would have to do my exact candle counts that I normally
Mhm.
do for historical data, which we can maybe do live together at some
Oh,
point. But it should end around October for Bitcoin as a top. So you want to DCA in, DCA out, right? You don't want to wait until the end to get out, because believe it or not, last bull market, my community, we started getting out like the end of the year, and we were fully out by January, but some of us were still exiting positions in January, including myself. Now obviously we got perfect exit in a sense that we didn't have to worry about the bear market, but still it could have been even a better exit had we exited in November fully. And so those are important things. You want to start DCA out early versus waiting until the last minute to get out.
I love that. I love that. And so, just as Lady Trader said, guys, have a plan. That's what I heard there. You need to have a plan, prepare for everything, and have a little fun. Right? We're all going to make some life-changing money here. The only way you actually make life-changing money is if you actually sell the asset for a profit, though. So, I admit that in the last bull market, I left a lot of money on the table because I waited too long. And I know I won't make that same mistake this time. So obviously, have a plan of action. Join either, a community that can support you in your growth, in your learning, can bring up really cool and interesting ideas and products and narratives and projects. I mean, this is really how your best time to learn. Things are still dramatically cheaper than they were back in March of this year. Now is a great time to really double down. All right, Fed rate cuts. It doesn't look like, if you're just looking at Polymarket, the betting here, the bet is basically September 18th, 84% chance, November 7th, 90% chance, and December 18th, 91% chance. We are supposed to be getting a little bit cheaper rates. I think a lot of us thought that the Fed would have dropped rates earlier. It didn't look like they could do that because inflation was still kind of coming back with a vengeance. It kind of spiked up, a few months ago. It does look like it's coming down again. So hopefully by the time we get to September, they're starting to lower rates. I do think, depending on who wins in November, this is going to have a drastic change in policy. I think if Trump wins, he is going to. I think he's publicly said this a few times that he's going to. One of his ideas is to put a tariff on imports that are coming into the U.S. from China and maybe other countries. Tariffs would create a lot of inflation in our products and everything that we buy. It's not just the countries that pay the initial 10%. What'll happen is whenever those products are made and brought into the country, they will have to be sold at a higher price, and you end up paying that higher price. So that could bring inflation back. Also, Trump will probably drop rates to zero again and start printing money. Now, that could be really good in the short term for the economy because money will be cheap again. People will be able to buy different things or take loans or do different things to help their businesses. So that could be really juicy. But I do think when you do stuff like that, if you do it too quickly, too fast, it will cause inflation. It will come back. And depending how we deal with that is what we will look at for the next few years. All right. Anybody from the crowd have any projects they want to look at together? Any information that you guys want to share? Lady, did you have anything else too while we're asking the crowd? Do you have anything else? We have a nice 141 people tuned in right now watching us. Did you have anything that you would like to share before we kind of ended here today?
Yeah, absolutely. A few other coins that I'm looking at, of course, in the Degen market right now, Kindu Inu is one of the coins that I'm super bullish on. I actually gave out an alpha in my community and also in Ferrum Governance Committee at around 700K. And so most of the people in my community are holding this right now. And it went all the way up to 280 mil market cap. And then it did come down a little bit. There was a retracement, and now it is around 120 mils. So most of us are up big on this coin, and we are still holding. And their community is absolutely fantastic. Again, this is one of those degen opportunities, right? Meme coin, this has a potential to get into potentially billions of dollars in market cap. Kai is another one that that I sent out an alpha on super early. It could also, they have a solid community as well. When the dogs run to the upside, I think these Japanese dogs they have definitely they could create a good opportunity. Another one I'm looking at is Deep Whales AI. They have a token called Deep AI that is actually hanging out around 1 million market cap. And this is another one that I have a pretty nice size position in. It is a bot that tracks whales and what they're buying, and then you can actually do auto trading and everything. And they haven't released a lot of stuff publicly yet. I did listen to their AMA yesterday. They said they had some, great stuff that's brewing in the background. They also are going to have a VC aspect of it, and which means that they will actually be investing in projects that are not your typical IDO projects, means that they are not going to be investing in projects that are launching at a crazy high valuation. These are going to be community backed coins, which means super tiny market cap compared to what we see in IDOs and all of that, which does create a very attractive opportunity for everybody to, kind of buy and hold long term. So some of these opportunities definitely I'm bullish on. These are small cap community backed coins, and these are not like VC backed coins at all, which does mean there is a risk involved. But it's kind of like Paul coin, which I've been involved in Paul ecosystem from the get go. And I've been talking to their team before they were even launched. And Paul is currently sitting at over 200 mil market cap. So some of these opportunities that are community backed, they could really shine during this bull market.
Lady, do you have any updates on ASI's merger? Has that, I know that was planned for the 15th, you know, has that, I know that you and Stacy are pretty tight. Have you been able to speak with her at all about the merger? Do we know if Twin's kind of gearing up to launch, or are they going to wait a little bit longer? Any details and updates on that?
Yeah, absolutely. ASI merger has happened, of course, and you can swap the coins as well. And so lots of stuff happening there. And it's actually under, I think it's
Fetch.
listed under Fetch or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, there's that as well. And this collaboration is huge, guys. Like, this is a huge collaboration in AI, really in the world of crypto and AI right now. And then Twin Protocol, they are doing great things. They did launch Deepak Chopra's digital twin, and it's actually, most of his people are from Web2, Deepak Chopra's followers, and they are all actually buying twin points to interact with his digital twin. So Deepak Chopra's twin is live on Deepak Chopra's website. There are other twins available right now that you can actually test, interact with. My
Oh
digital
yeah.
twin will be, oh yeah, you can interact with them. My twin will also be launching pretty soon. So there's going to be some KOL twins that are being worked on in the background. So you will be able to communicate with your communities and all of those things. So really great things happening in the background. I could not be more bullish. Like, I have known this team for over a year now, and they are absolutely fantastic. They're doing great things right now. And I think I'm super bullish on this. I mean, they've already delivered. Like, if you look at the ecosystem for Singularity Net, like you could look at, and by the way, when we're talking about Singularity Net, there are a couple of other coins, like Cogito is one. There is RJV, which is Rejuve. All of these ecosystem coins are super cheap right now. Like these two, Rejuve and Cogito, already live, super cheap alpha opportunities, guys. Like, with solid teams. So Rejuve has an awesome team. I talk to them so much. Like, I've talked to them in the DMs all the time, get updates and everything, and they are absolutely fantastic. It's a super cheap right now, and so definitely take a look at it. And I was actually a seed investor in Rejuve, and I'm still holding every single one of my tokens. I bought more and more and more, and it's an awesome opportunity. And so obviously for the bull market right now, it's super cheap. And then Cogito is another one. CGV, I believe, is the ticker for that. I also have a position in that. Very small market cap for that one as well, with huge potential, great team, another Singularity Net project. So, and then Sophiaverse. I mean, like, just Google Sophia the robot. She is everywhere, everywhere. It's yeah, that's the one, Sophia the robot. And so she's in the news, she's everywhere, and she has a token called Sophiaverse. And it is a huge opportunity for this bull market. I feel like we found, like, the sandbox, the Decentraland type of plays super early for this bull market. I have a huge position in Sophiaverse, and I'll buy more if I get even a better price. I was a seed investor in Sophiaverse, and that was actually one of my biggest seed investments. I don't usually go so big on seed rounds, but this was a huge opportunity, and I feel like this has a crazy potential. It's only at 2 mil market cap right now. Actually, the current market cap. Obviously, the FDV is a little bit higher, but this
Yeah.
has definitely a potential to get into billions.
All juicy information. Wow, that was so much coming at us at one time, guys. If you missed it, Rejuve RJV is one of the projects that Lady Trader just brought up. Sophiaverse. You have Congito Finance CGV. This is at 6.278 million. A lot of stuff happening out of the AGIX ecosystem. So I'm really, really excited. I'll leave this with you guys if you wanted to take a look at this and do some research upon yourself. Hello from the Big Apple. Aloha. You are on the other side of the United States from me. That's great. Good to see you. Have some pizza for me. I heard New York pizza is the best. I've never been. All right. Anybody else have anything they would like to share before we end here today? I'll probably jump off of here and jump into Kryptonaires and hang out with the community for a bit and just talk some story about some different things. We like to stop streaming and we just like to have a heart to heart about what's going on in the market and talk about a few things. So wait, lady, do we know when Twin is planning on launching though? Do you think it's going to happen anytime soon?
So yes, they are definitely working very hard behind the scene right now. Lots of TGE planning. The date has not been announced yet because it does mostly depend on exchange lineup and everything else. But that's what's happening. Like we have TGE meetings. So that's the only thing I can say right now. Obviously, the date has not been decided yet, but hopefully very, very soon. And markets are looking awesome right now as well. So, that also helps things out a little bit.
That is juicy. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link down to Cryptonaires at the bottom here. These chats are open to the public. If you want to come in and hang out in the Cryptonaires Discord and talk a little bit after hours, after the stream, please do so. Join me on Friday. I'm going to be interviewing somebody who wrote a book about DeFi, as well as bringing the latest and greatest up-to-date information in the crypto space. Lady Trader, thank you so much for joining us. Always appreciate all of your input. Did you want to have the last word?
Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here as well. Thank you.
All right. Aloha, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you next time. Bye.